Panther Nation, Draft Family, what's good with y'all, man? Welcome to part 2 of Mock Draft Monday, which is Mock the Mock. We have a mock draft that was just released by Bleacher Report. It's released about an hour ago, so we're going to take a look at that. But before we get into that, man, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Make sure you get in the comment section, man. Listen, we're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. I think I'm going to try to push this goal to about 6,000 by the draft, which the rate at which we're growing, we can definitely get there by by the draft. So I have no problem with that. We're moving that. So listen, that's going to be the goal. I think I'm going to go ahead and officially move it to 6,000 subscribers. So let's go ahead and get there. We're moving along pretty fine. And so I have no problem with moving that goal up. All right. So we need all the support. Make sure you're doing everything to help this algorithm pop. I'm doing my part. We're releasing the content. Make sure you do your part. All right. That being said, let's go ahead and jump into this mock the mock. Bleacher Report. Let's get it. So 32nd overall, the Bucks, excuse me, take Davion Nixon out of Iowa defensive lineman. Listen, I think this is a good pick for the Bucks. They're going to be losing some guys potentially in free agency. Guys like Shaq Barrett, guys like Ndamukong Suh. They could be losing both of those guys. So replacing that depth, or excuse me, replacing those guys in the draft is definitely something they need to do. They need to get younger. Those guys are older as it is. So get younger on the defensive line. Good pick by the Tampa Bay Bucks. Moving on, Kansas City Chiefs select, and we're going backwards here. So the Kansas City Chiefs select Jason Oweh at pick 31. Edge rusher. I'm not so sure about this pick. I would like to see them go offensive line. I know they had injuries in the draft. They had injuries in the Super Bowl, but at least addressing some of that depth, they could definitely do that in the draft. So getting some depth, O-line depth for sure, something I would consider for the Kansas City Chiefs. Again, I do like this pick. I'm not sure what their edge rusher depth is like. I'm just not sure. So this could be a good pick for them, but I would be looking. I know a glaring need for them is offensive line depth, so I'm going to go ahead and say they should have went offensive line there. Moving on. Buffalo Bills select Nick Bolton. I know they're going to be losing Matt Milano in the draft, or excuse me, in free agency. So I think they should probably, this is a good way to address that in the draft. Nick Bolton, I don't know who's available, who's gone. So I can't tell you if this is a good selection or not. I think this is a bit high for Nick Bolton. I have Nick Bolton going in the second round just because he's a bit undersized, but the dude's a thumper. He's a good run-stopping middle linebacker and one of the few traditional middle linebackers in this draft. So I get them going for it and getting and plugging that gap. So not a bad pick by the Buffalo Bills going Nick Bolton there. Pick number 29, the Green Bay Packers select Rashod Bateman. Listen, I know the Packers are going to be losing their center, so I would like them I'd like to see them address their offensive line. I don't know what their depth looks like and who's going to replace their center, but that guy was pretty solid according to PFF. So I would like them to address the offensive line personally, but you can't go wrong giving Aaron Rodgers more weapons. So Rashod Bateman is a really good pick, and he's a hometown guy coming out of Minnesota. So this is a good pick. I'm not mad at this at all. Or not hometown. He's close to hometown. Okay, so my bad. He's not from Wisconsin, but close to hometown, up in that region. So this is a good pick for the Green Bay Packers. Not mad at that, but I'd like to see them go offensive line. Moving on. The New Orleans Saints select Christian Barmore. Christian Barmore is a solid pick. The Saints going to have a lot of holes to plug with their free agency, with their cap situation. They're going to do a lot of finagling of the numbers and trying to get under the cap. But I don't see this as a bad pick, just depending on how they address the cap issues. So this is a solid pick. I'm not mad at this. They're saying that it's going to be impossible for them to keep Trey Hendrickson and Marcus Williams. So I see if they're going to be losing those guys in free agency, this is a good pickup for the New Orleans Saints. All right, let's move on. The Ravens select Wyatt Davis, guard. Hey, listen, I'm not mad at this pick. They need to protect Lamar Jackson at all costs. So I have no problem with them selecting Wyatt Davis in the first round. He's a guard. They're going to be potentially losing Orlando Brown, so you're going to be shuffling that offensive line. So this is a good pick by the Baltimore Ravens. Anything to protect Lamar Jackson. I like that pick. Although I could see them go receiver here. He does need weapons too. So weapons, and offensive line, I can see them going in the draft. Cleveland Browns select Zaven Collins. I think this is a good pick. Again, this is the Browns they're loading up on defense. They have a solid offensive line. They have solid weapons on offense. Go ahead and address some more of them defensive gaps. I like this pick for sure for the Cleveland Browns. I'm not sure what the rest of the linebackers look like, but I know they have Myles Garrett and all that. But I don't know how he would fit and what position he would play, because he's more of an edge rusher than he is a traditional linebacker. He's more of a 4-3 outside linebacker. But we'll see. We'll see. That's a good pick for the Browns. Again, addressing the defense. I like that a lot. Ooh, Trevon Moehrig. The Jaguars select Trevon Moehrig. I like this pick. I'm not mad at this pick at all. I think he's a safety, a solid, rangy, free safety. I'm not sure what the Jaguars' defense looks like. I'm not sure at all. But again, I don't know what they did early in this draft to help out Trevor Lawrence. But I'm going to get Trevor Lawrence an offensive line, and I'm going to get him some weapons. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do whatever it takes to help out Trevor Lawrence. So I like Moehrig, the player, but for the Jaguars, I'm going to do everything it takes to make sure Trevor Lawrence is successful. So, and I don't know that Trevon Moehrig is going to help that out initially. So we'll see. I don't know. Pittsburgh Steelers select Jalen Phillips. I think this is a good pick for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think they're going to be losing some edge rushing to Bud Dupree. So definitely adding some more edge rushing talent there is definitely a good move for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I like that pick a lot. That's a really good fit for them. Moving on, the Jets select Elijah Vera Tucker. This is a good pick. I think that I'm assuming that they're going to go Zach Wilson in this draft. I don't know, because we're going backwards. So anything to protect your weapons, or protect your investment in the quarterback is a really good job. So I like this pick by the New York Jets. I like that a lot. Protect your investments. Moving on, the Tennessee Titans select edge rusher Azeez Ojulari. I don't know if they're going to tag Jadeveon Clowney. If they don't, this is a good pick. A really good pick, adding some more edge rusher, adding him to Harold Landry. This is a really good pick. I like this pick a lot. I like this pick. Really good pick, especially if they're going to lose Jadeveon Clowney. Good pick by the Tennessee Titans. Moving on, the Colts select Christian Darrisaw. Now, this is a really good pick. They know what they're doing on the offensive line. I think Anthony Costanzo did retire, so they are addressing their offensive line. Really good pick. Really, really good pick by the Colts. Now, I'm not sure if they still have this pick due to the trade. I'm not sure if they have that pick. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, because they didn't give up a first. So, yes, they do. They do still have that pick. That's a really good pick. Actually, I really like that pick by the Colts. Really good pick. Let's go. Moving on to the Bears. The Bears select Kadarius Toney. This is a good pick depending on what happens with Robinson. I don't know if Allen Robinson moves on. If he's going to move on, this is a really good pick by them. And even if he's not moving on, I don't know who their quarterback is, but whoever their quarterback is, they have Anthony Robinson and Kadarius Toney. They're going to be really happy. Adding to that, they're going to have my man Tariq Cohen. Shout out to Tariq Cohen, Aggie Pride. But if they have all those weapons, that quarterback is going to be really happy. But I'm not sure. This is a good move either way. But I don't know who their quarterback is. So I don't know. They're just going to have anybody throwing to those weapons. I think it's a good pick. I'm not mad at them selecting Kadarius Toney. Jalen Waddle falls all the way to the Washington football team. This is a good pick. I'm assuming that this is a BPA pick. They can't pass him up. Terry McLaurin is still there. And they're I don't know who their quarterback is going to be, whether it's going to be Alex Smith or Tyler Heineke, whatever you guys are going to do there at quarterback. If you give him some weapons, it's not going to hurt at all. So I do like that pick, but it seems like that was a true BPA pick for the Washington football team. Moving on, Miami Dolphins select edge rusher Joseph Osai. Again, I'd like to see them get some more weapons for Tua. I don't know what they're going to do with the quarterback position, but get Tua an offensive line, get Tua a wide receiver. But again, Osai is a really good edge rusher. So I like this pick a lot, but I don't know how it fits in what they're doing with Tua. So we'll move on, see what happens. The Raiders select Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. I like this pick a lot. I'm not sure what their defense looks like and what holes they have, but they really got some young talent. Cleveland Farrell, Max Crosby, Jonathan Abram, and Damon Arnett. So I like this pick a lot, adding to that young defense. This is a really good pick by the Raiders. I like that pick. J.C. Horn selected by the Cardinals. Again, good pick. The Cardinals are doing away with, or not extending Patrick Peterson. So Patrick Peterson is gone. You replace him with a younger J.C. Horn. That's a really good pick by the Cardinals. They could also go offensive line. I think they could help on my man Kyler Murray out there. So moving on, New England Patriots select Kyle Pitts. I mean, come on now. This team knows how to use tight ends. I think this is a really good pick by the Patriots. Again, I don't know who their quarterback is. Don't know what they're doing at quarterback, but they know what the hell to do with a tight end, and that's a really good pick. Go with that long line of good tight ends from Gronk, Aaron Hernandez, and whatever they had out there. This would go right along with that. So, moving on. Minnesota Vikings select Gregory Rousseau. Listen, I'm not sure what the edge rusher talent looks like out in Minnesota, but listen, this dude is extremely raw, and I think give him some time. He has some guys to play behind. I think he's going to be really good in rotation starting out, but I like this pick for the Minnesota Vikings and Gregory Rousseau. I like this a lot. Moving on. The Chargers select Rashawn Slater. Really good pick for the Chargers. They had the worst offensive line in the league last year, and Rashawn Slater is a straight-up baller. Can play all across the offensive line, so I like this pick a lot for the Chargers. I really do. That's a really good pick. Mac Jones are selected by the San Francisco 49ers. Listen, as long as you guys take him, I'm cool. Shout out to the 49ers fans. I think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be a cap casualty, so they're going to look to address that in the draft. And I don't know if they feel comfortable with moving up, and they're just going to let the draft fall to them. So I think them selecting Mac Jones, I think Mac Jones is a really good spot for the San Francisco 49ers. They have a little bit better infrastructure than most teams, and I think they are sort of a quarterback away from being a really good team. So I like the infrastructure around Mac Jones with the 49ers. I'm not sure what their offensive line looks like, but I do like the weapons that they have. And I like the coordination that they have in Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan will put him in a really good place to succeed. So I like that. Really good spot for Mac Jones. Really good spot. New York Giants select Kwity Paye. I'm not sure. I'd be giving Daniel Jones some more offensive line help, some more weapons. So I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that Giants pick. Giants fans, let me know what y'all think about that. I'm not sure about that. I don't like that pick at all. The Cowboys select Caleb Farley. Listen, the Cowboys need some help on defense. A lot of Cowboys fans I know, they probably want to go offensive line or on a pick on the offense, add some weapons with that to giving Dak Prescott some more weapons. I think they like Kyle Pitts a lot. And I think they could have used some wide receiver pick help there. So I don't know. I think they could use a cornerback. I think Farley's a bit raw. I think he's going to need some time to kind of adjust. So I like this pick. They picked up some guys in free agency. They're going to be missing some guys in free agency. I don't know. So we'll see what happens. This is a good pick, I think. But I don't think the Cowboys fans are going to be happy with that. All right. Moving on, Patrick Surtain goes to Denver Broncos. I'm not sure about this one. Listen, if it depends what happened with my man in the secondary. I forgot his name, but they have a safety hit in free agency, and I really like what they're doing, what they're building here. If they have Patrick Surtain there, they're really building that secondary. So I kind of like that pick as long as they bring back that safety that they had this hit in free agency. That'll help them out a lot. But good pick. That's probably more of a BPA pick for them. And the Panthers select Trey Lance. Listen, we know the Panthers are quarterback thirsty. So Trey Lance in this scenario falls to us. I don't think we can pass it up, but I don't think this is going to address the thirst. This is not going to quench the thirst that the Panthers have. The Panthers are looking for a day one dude. I think Trey Lance is a guy that you bring in, and he's going to need time to to kind of get his bearings about him. I don't think that the Panthers are going to look for this. They want a guy that's going to be able to come in immediately make this ship go. And Trey Lance is not that guy. So again, I think I see the Panthers trading up to get a quarterback personally. This is my opinion, if it's not already addressed in free agency. Moving on. The Lions select Devonta Smith. I like this pick. Again, you're giving Jared Goff some more weapons, so I like that pick. There's nothing really left to say about that. Get Jared Goff some help. The Eagles select Micah Parsons. I think this is a good pick. They need some help on defense. Again, there's some questions around if they're going to go quarterback or not. I don't know whether, if one of those quarterbacks fall to them. I don't know, but me personally, I think you have some flexibility. You picked up some picks from getting rid of Wentz. I don't think you should go quarterback. You have Hurts there. Give him some time. Let him see what he can do. And if that doesn't work out, then you could select the quarterback in next year's draft. But there's no need to wait. Personally, me wasting a top 10 pick on another quarterback when you can invest in a good talent to help out and help Jalen Hurts all around that team. So just my opinion. I don't know. Cincinnati Bengals select Penei Sewell. Again, easy pick there. Penei is a generational left tackle prospect. And listen, you had your guy go down in Joe Burrow last year. Get him some help on the offensive line. Good pick. No problem there. Falcons select Justin Fields. Good pick there. Aging Matt Ryan. I'm not mad at that pick at all. You go ahead and take the future quarterback, the hometown guy, in Justin Fields. Not mad at that pick at all. Miami Dolphins select Jamar Chase. The Dolphins fans, I don't know how y'all feel about that, but I would have went offensive line there, get you guys some help in Tua, but you give them a really good talent in wide receiver. I don't know. I know my Dolphins fans don't really like that pick, but hey, they keep mocking them to you. And the Jets select Zach Wilson, and then we know that's going to happen. And then the Jaguars select Trevor Lawrence. So overall, man, I think this was a really good draft. I don't know if the quarterbacks are going to fall that way. But listen, this is a solid draft, a little different perspective than what we're seeing from most. So I like this pick. I like all these picks. Solid draft. But this is your Bleacher Report edition of Mock the Mock. All right, so make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the notification bell, subscribe button, all that good stuff to help the algorithm, help your boy get to 6,000 by the NFL draft. All right, that being said, I'm out. Peace.